Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and a relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. Today, I want to talk about why you should never ask for closure. Now, this whole closure business, I feel, is a US and Canadian phenomenon because I used to live in Italy for many years. I dated there, and no one's asking for closure in Italy, as far as I know. In fact, a word for closure doesn't even exist. And I think this goes for many other countries in Europe, Asia, South America. So for some reason, people in the US and Canada feel they need to have closure. And I'm going to tell you why you don't need closure. But before I do that, I want to remind you to be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And while you're at it, tap the bell icon so you will be notified when a new video is up. So here's the thing. Your need to know what happened is actually a need to change the situation. You haven't accepted the breakup. Otherwise, why would you need closure? You would just keep it moving. You wouldn't waste your time trying to find out the reason why. You're trying to fix things and disguising it as closure because you don't accept the breakup. And by needing an explanation, by needing a reason, it looks like you doubt your worth, that you don't feel high value. Because someone who's high value, they don't care what the reason is. Their attitude is, well, their loss. Oh, well, whatever. Whatever their reason is, it's not a good one because they just lost out on me. So you think you want an explanation, but what you really want is to get back together. And you're prolonging the pain by insisting on an explanation. You know, the fact that they broke up with you should be all the explanation you need. And when someone doesn't tell you the reason why, they're actually being nice, believe it or not. Because their answer is either going to be something that's going to hurt your ego, or you're going to think they're lying. You know, they didn't break up with you because they think you're amazing and wonderful. It's probably something about you that has turned them off. So are you sure you want to know the truth? Even if they tell you a reason, give you a reason, or even tell you the truth, you may not believe their reason. And you'll make things worse by saying that you don't believe them. Or you're going to argue with them. And that's exactly what they don't want. So they prefer not to give you a reason and to just try to leave as quietly as possible. Otherwise, if you argue with them, they're going to be glad that they ended things. And even if you ask for a reason, a lot of times they won't tell you the real reason because they don't want to hurt you more than they already have by breaking up with you. You know, I once asked this guy years after the breakup why he broke up with me. And he told me a reason which I did not believe because it made no sense. And this was years after the breakup. And I said to him, you can tell me the truth. I don't care. I'm over it. And I don't believe it. Now, he had no reason to lie, but he still did not want to tell me the truth because it made no sense. So if someone is willing to lie years later, what makes you think they're going to tell you the truth right after the breakup? There aren't a lot of reasons that someone could give you for the breakup that wouldn't hurt your ego. There's only a few reasons that wouldn't hurt as much as other reasons. They got back together with an ex. Still hurtful, but okay, it's understandable. Or maybe they're moving far, far away, another continent, and they don't want to do long distance. But there are not a lot of reasons where you're going to be happy with the answer. You may think you want closure and that you can handle whatever it is they have to say, but you probably won't be able to. If you really need closure, then do what I did and get it much later, months later, years later, when you're no longer emotionally attached to the situation, to him, whatever, and it's just more out of curiosity. When I asked, it was more out of curiosity. I'm just like, hey, by the way, why did you break up? The only thing you should be thinking is, they lost me. That means I'm now available and free to find someone better. That's how you get your closure. Find someone even better. So if you're going through a breakup, I know that it's painful. You want to reach out to your ex, you want to get closure, you want to know what's going on, you want to get them back. I understand. That's why I'm here. And that's why I provide private coaching. And you can get that at theartoflove.net. The link is below. But in the meantime, comment actually below and tell me about the times in the past if you've gotten closure and what was the reason and what was your reaction to the reason. This should be interesting. If you're listening on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. If you're listening on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. And in the meantime, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.